Hey family, I'm Kaleon. Some of you may know me by my given name, John. I'm a U.S. Army veteran, a seeker, and a speaker. I walk with those who carry both shadow and flame, and I speak not for clout, but for clarity. What you're about to hear isn't just a message, it's a calling. There is a wound in our world that cannot be ignored any longer. And it's not just social, economic, or political, it's spiritual. It's the loss of balance. We've worshipped strength while ignoring softness. We've built kingdoms on conquest, but forgot how to nurture. And in doing so, we've buried something sacred, the divine feminine. Today's conversation isn't about gender. That's something different. It's about energy, about essence. The masculine creates direction, but the feminine creates depth. The masculine protects, and the feminine heals. But without both, we collapse. For centuries, we've lived in a world ruled by imbalance, where domination has replaced communion and logic has replaced intuition. But as we enter this next era, what some call the awakening, the quickening, or the shift, it's not more domination we need, it's divine balance. And I've lived this imbalance personally. As a soldier, I was trained to survive, to harden, to fight. But when I lost my mother at 3 years old to HIV/AIDS, I lost something even deeper. I lost the source of my earliest softness. For years, I believed I had to be strong instead of vulnerable. But as I began to walk my healing path, through pain, visions, and purpose, I realized something. The feminine wasn't my weakness. It was my key. When I first felt the presence of what I now call God, I didn't feel a man's voice. I felt my mother. I felt warmth. I felt embrace. That was the beginning of my awakening. I've come to understand that the future cannot be built on brute force or intellectual pride. It must be built on reuniting with what we lost. The nurturing, intuitive, creative, receptive energies that once held us together before we fell out of rhythm with ourselves. Our healing as a species doesn't begin with more knowledge. It begins with remembering. We must remember the sacred role of the mother. We must remember that God can wear a soft voice, a gentle touch, a womb, and still be sovereign. We must remember that healing doesn't come from one side of the spectrum, but from the fusion of both. The future won't be led by domination. It will be led by restoration. And it begins with us, with you, and with those brave enough to soften again. The future won't be led by domination. It will be led by restoration. And it begins with us, with you, and with those brave enough to soften again. And now a prayer from my spiritual sister Malika. Divine Mother, we call upon your gentleness now. Remind us of the parts of ourselves we buried to survive. Bring us back to the rhythm of love, the pulse of wisdom, and the healing of presence. May your spirit awaken in men and women alike. May we rise in balance, not as rulers, but as restorers. And may our strength always be tempered with grace. Ashe. If this message speaks to you, something inside you, something ancient, something ready, then help me spread it. Share it. Comment below or simply whisper it into the wind. Let the balance return, one heart at a time. Thanks for watching, family. See you next time. Same fire, new rhythm.